Welcome back. Let's talk to Dr. Charlie from Harley, a man who's got more letters after his name than in his name. Dr. Charlie, how often should you have a full body checkup?
Yeah, I'm very keen on this. I'm biased because I'm in the private sector and I believe it's beneficial. I think that certainly men from 30 years onwards should think about doing it probably twice in the first 10 years after that, so 35 and 40. And then from 40 onwards, I'd say probably at least every 5 years. Now, the key things you should look out for are cancer.
Right.
Cancer is going to kill 1 in 3 of us, or affect at least 1 in 3 of us over the age of 60. So that's just a fact of modern life. Now, the key thing with cancer is the earlier we can detect it, the more we can do about it. Now, a lot of guys are really unaware about the risks of bowel cancer. And bowel cancer, of course, is what killed Bobby Moore, the great footballer, and many others have been affected by bowel cancer. I think even Sharon Osbourne had bowel cancer, and certainly there's a history in her family. So what I would say is that men, particularly, and women, should be aware of bowel cancer and how we can screen for it and what the symptoms are. So if you ever find blood in your poo or a change in bowel habit, that's significant. But if you go for screening, what we can screen for is there blood in your poo? That's the first thing. The second thing is things that are more invasive. Now, no one likes having tubes up their tail end, but the point is that by having a sigmoidoscopy or ideally a colonoscopy, which is certainly at least over 1 metre of tube up the tail end, we might be able to detect the very early stages of cancer. Now, once that's removed, that risk is gone, but if you don't know about it, that risk is there. Now, there are other ways that we can do this without a tube, and that's pill cameras. Now, pill cameras are not yet legally approved for this use, but certainly taking a pill which has a camera in it and transmits that signal to a receiver can detect, in some cases, early bowel cancers.
Right, so I need to have a checkup then.
I would say yes, because there's that side of cancer, there's also the prostate, and men could certainly be aware of prostate symptoms where the stream isn't as good, you have to go more often, you have to get up at night to go as your prostate enlarges. Now that's not...
Well, I go for a pee every night, that's because I drink beer, right?
Exactly.
Or could it be something more sinister?
It could be, and that's not necessarily a cancer. But the point is, until you've had a test, we can't tell either way. The blood test is not perfect, by the way, because the blood test could be high, and you could be normal, or the blood test could be low and you could have cancer. But as long as you're aware of the problems with screening, I'd say that it's wise to at least have that investigated.
But if I can run non-stop for an hour on a Sunday, and my breathing's fine, am I kidding myself saying everything's in good working order?
It's a good thing that you're doing that, and it's a good thing you've got exercise. But as you know, the son of David Frost died suddenly of a heart attack while he was out having a run, and that was not suspected. Now, as it turns out, that was a familial condition, which is called hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. So again, screening might have detected that early, especially with his father having died of heart disease, I think in his 70s while he was on board a ship. So an ECG can sometimes detect signs of incipient heart problems. The other thing is that you could, from previous bad habits, whether it been smoking or having too many bacon and eggs, have built up cholesterol deposits in the vessels that supply the heart. And you'll never know that unless you have a specific type of screen that looks at those coronary vessels and confirms that you don't have it. I have a colleague who was in his mid-60s, swimmer every day, fantastic guy. I suggested he get the heart scan, the type I mentioned, and he found he had significant blockages, and luckily for him, they were able to unblock those, and now he swims happily without that fear of a potential heart attack.